Hello and welcome. It's been a while, and as you can see, there's a lot of fragrances in front of me today. This will be my final video for, well, I don't know, probably forever, but I may make some videos later at some point. My health hasn't been great, and I'm coming up on a sort of a milestone. So I thought I may as well just make this video now, because I don't know if I have the health to make it anymore later. So I'm doing it now. These are some of my favorite fragrances. Some. I have more, but I had to stop at some point. And yeah, some of them are perfect 10s, like Seraphim Blue, perfect 10. We have Roja, Burlington 1819, perfect 10. We have not this one, Viridarium by Maria Candida Gentile. Of course, All Hallows Eve by Dark Tales. Beaufort London's Fathom 5. It's 10 out of 10, easy. I'm going to upgrade Witching Hour to 10 out of 10. I don't think it's been that until right now. This one used to be a 10 out of 10, but something bad happened to it, and that's in this last early spring. I sprayed myself and this rubbed up on my jacket, and I wore the jacket later when I was like really doing badly, and it got me a little sick because the dry down can be a little sickening over time. If you're a little nauseous and you're smelling this, that's not a good thing. This is beautiful when you're like in perfect health, but yeah, it's a little much. I would rather have this than this, although this is a generally more for everyone fragrance. This is more intense. But this is so good. So I would probably say this is a 9.75 and this is 9.5. So still really, really good. Anello is my latest, and I think this too would be a 10 out of 10. Completely sensational. I mean, this is one you have to try to just understand the power of. Carolina Herrera's Bad Boy EDT, still my favorite designer of all time. This is just, it's so simple, but it's so good. I don't know what more to say. Laloon Feline Extrait, just wow. This is taking that like vanilla sweetness or the vanilla sweet like profile and turning down the sweetness like almost all the way, and just putting in a lot of balsamics and just making it something different. I smell a lot of vanilla and almost sort of a like hint of a chocolatey scent, but it's not like super sweet. It's more balsamic and cozy, and of course spices and stuff. I mean, yeah, I have to talk about, this is my scent of the day, Coco Loco. Just freaking love that coconutty, citrusy, like clementine freshness. It's just so energizing and so happy. This is just like a party in the streets. Obviously, we have to talk about Basilius, my favorite woody scent of all time. So smooth, like it's hard to describe. This is one of those things, once again, you have to smell. And I'm sure probably most people won't agree that this is the best of all time by any means. But it's like my perfect fragrance for pure woody, mind you. This is like 90% woody scent and a little bit things around it, some sweetness, some vanilla and some stuff. Have to talk about this too. Coos by also these back row, except this one is Zaharov. This is just spices and the earthy, slightly smoky vetiver. A little bit of sweetness. This is one of those true fall bangers. This is gonna be. I've already worn it quite a lot, but this is gonna go like a whole lot down for fall because this is a fall king, in my opinion. And of course, my personal scent, my family scent, the only thing I wear when I have family visiting or if I'm going for like a family gathering, that is Porom. I also wanted to bring like, I wanted to bring all the Poroms. I did bring Signature Royale, which is like a summer version of Porom. And this too, I'm getting a backup bottle because this doesn't look like I've used a lot, but I mean, this is gonna last me maybe 3 years, 4 maybe at tops, and I'm gonna miss this so much. And it's somewhat iffy if it's going to be discontinued or not. So getting 2 extra bottles. Yeah, but this is me, basically. This is me at my best. And that's exactly what I want fragrances to do, is to put my personality and my moods like out there so people can actually detect my mood and my personality a little bit. Talking about Atelier des Ors, Pure Queer. Is it queer or is it queer? I don't know how to speak French. Queer, secret, sacred leather. Yeah, this is elegance at its absolute finest. It's just spicy vetiver. It's the easiest way to say it. It's supposed to be leather. I have no idea how this could be mixed with leather. I mean, just like this is the sort of leather I think of. This is my motorcycle pants. Just quickly show you. This is heavy. This is my motorcycle jacket. And this is as far from smelling like this as I can. This is like saying this smells like this. There's no connection between actual leather and this to me, because the leather I use are motorcycle leathers. I don't even leather jackets. This is not leather to me. So calling this sacred leather, no. This is, I would call this elegant vetiver or something, because it's spicy vetiver and it's done to perfection, to true perfection. I would say these two, if you're a fan of vetivers and spices, these two are your go-to. You have to try these two. They're just that good. Yeah, also want to go through this L'Hermès du Dessert. Yeah, Tears of the Desert. The funny thing about this one is that when it opens, I get that it's like a dry desert. I feel the sun, I feel everything, but in the dry down, I end up in a sort of semi-moist forest. I don't know how that's supposed to be like that, but one of my newest acquisitions, Chergui. Been wanting this for a long time, just procrastinating, waiting for a good deal. Got 25% off. This will get a lot of use for winter. It's barely been tested at this point because I literally just got it in. At least 2 of my Hemajoma. I keep saying Hemajoma. It's called Hemajomo. I don't know why I keep saying Hemajoma. Hemajomo is one of those super nice fitting for my specific area, because the autumn, spring, fall, and summer do kind of smell like those times of year here. So autumn, it's like smokes and it's barley and it's like spices. It's things you connect to autumn, and spring even more so. This is just like that fresh, when all the plants start growing up, the weeds and all this stuff, and you cut the stems and you get that stem crushed juices. That's exactly what this is. And this is spring in a bottle for me. Yeah, I already talked about it, but Royale, obviously have to bring that along. It's like a summery version of Porom. They just add fruits and reduce all that super smokiness and make it just a clean, fresh, summer version of Porom. It's kind of hard to describe without just going into a lot of notes. Fathom 5. The first time I smelled this, I thought, this is what Beach Hut Man from Amouage should have smelled like. Because this is what I think of, a beach hut. It's super green, it's like, it has a salty, watery background, like oceany in the background. And some people say they get some funk in it. I don't get a whole lot of that. To me, this is very clean. To me, this is like a super green, fresh, clean place. I don't know. Another 10 out of 10 that I forgot to mention is Atlante by Sarah Baker. And this is just, it's like a yuzu with a little sweetness and water and other stuff. Also one of those that's completely relaxing, completely just such a beautiful summer scent. It's just walking around in the super high heat with this on will make you almost feel like you're a little cooler than everyone else, like temperature cooler. Fragrance du Bois, Minuet de Mi. I can't stand the person who made this, but damn if it isn't good. She didn't actually make anything. The perfumer made it and a fan made the name, so all she really did was sign her name. But it's just, this is just what I like. If I'm going to get something gourmand, if I'm going into some sweet or like seductive scent, this is what I choose. This also, I got this for like early spring or something, so it's not exactly been worn a whole lot, but yeah, that is like pimento, and I get chocolate in this. There's no actual cacao in it, but I get a like chocolatey cacao scent, but there's not supposed to be that in there, so I don't know why I get that and no one else does. Tom Ford's Noir Extreme Parfum. I had such a hate-love affair with this because this is my third bottle and I sold the two others. First I bought it and I wore it like 3 times and it smelled like horse manure and cigarettes with some other stuff in the background, and I didn't like that and I sold it. And I thought it had to be a bad batch or something, so I bought a new one because people were really liking it. And same thing, didn't smell that good. And I sold it. And I missed it. I actually thought, I have to get this back. There is something about this. And when I got this, like, I got this and the Extreme EDP, Extreme Noir Extreme, the non-parfum, for such a bargain that I just couldn't say no. I think I paid $50 for this and the other one. And this one alone is like, I don't know, $170 or something. But yeah, this is now one of those, I don't wear it a whole lot because on skin I do get a whole lot of horse manure and cigarettes. But if I spray it on a glass spoon and just smell it or use it as a room scent, sometimes I wear it just on my arm just to give myself a good time. Another Tom Ford, of course, would be Oud Wood. This one is Yeah. What, 1/3 used, 2/3 left. This just, if you smelled oud wood, you know it. If you don't, then you're not a collector. Everyone should at least have smelled it. You don't have to own it, but if you haven't even smelled oud wood, that's your assignment. I already talked about it, but yeah, witching hour, I don't know what to say. It's one of the best fragrances I've ever smelled. And this one is actually still available. Unlike Roseanne, which is my love. I just love this fragrance. And it's not a fragrance that I would typically enjoy. But it's so good. It's just, yeah, I've already talked about it several times, but it's so good. My only backup bottle, or the only thing I have a backup bottle of. Also had to bring Tuberose Noir, because this is my favorite, like, pure floral scent. Because this is just tuberose, basically. A bunch of it. It's got a lot of other stuff, but it's basically a tuberose made darker and very unisex, actually. Very underestimated. I don't know how popular they were, because obviously they have been discontinued. But yeah. And my 10 out of 10, this is All Hallows Eve. No longer available. This was a limited edition. My first blind buy from the brand, I think it's actually my first buy from the brand. I bought this before I even had received the complete set. I bought the entire brand testing set. Yeah, and I got this before, this was for sale, and I just saw the nose and thought, that's interesting enough, I'll take a chance. And damn if this wasn't one of the best scents I've ever smelled. Not in the way that this is the best perfume ever made, but this just 100% perfectly captures the smell of Halloween in Norway, where I live. Smoke and Mirrors too, I had to bring it along because this will get a lot of use for winter and fall. It is warm, it is cozy, it is smoky, it's a little bit sweet, it's woody. There is so much going on with this. It sort of brings together a whole lot of fragrances into one, and it does it perfectly. And not last but not least, I have to go through a little bit of my Maria Gentile or Maria Candida Gentile collection. Finisterre, it's herby, aquatic. It's just one of those great summer fragrances, or late spring, early fall. If you sort of want that aquatic, but not like the general. A lot of aquatics are just citrusy, fresh, clean, etc. This goes into the herby side of it, herbal. And V's, which does the exact opposite. This is super bright, super like energizing and just vivid and very colorful. It's supposed to be jib and sail notes in it, and yeah, when you smell it, you sort of do get that, like smelling a sailboat, but in a weird way. I don't know. And one of my favorite fragrances of all time, which now is getting too close to the bottom. I have already, it's ready for order. I just have to get my priorities straight. With my health declining and stuff, I have to be more careful with money and stuff. But this is just a completely different level to most of the ones on the table here. For me, this is probably top 3. This is my absolute favorite of all time. As the dent says, this is exactly 2 years old, and I wear this a lot. And I wear a lot of fragrances. This one too is less than 2 years old, because I ordered this first. So you can sort of see which fragrances I lean towards. This is 120 mils as well. But what was I saying? I would probably say Burlington is my second. This has been hit hard. I'm probably at 40 something milliliters left of this 100. So these two are getting the most hits. And this is just a 15 mil, and I got this a lot more recently than these two. This is older than this. So this is the first 10 out of 10 I gave. And then I got this and was like, this is next level. And people do think this is very simple. I keep hearing people, oh, it's a simple blue. No, it's not. This is anything but simple. There's no citruses, for one. A lot of like blue fragrances use citrus and shower jelly scents. There are neither in this. I wanted to bring all of my real favorites, but first of all, I don't have space. I won't have to start putting things in front of each other and you won't see them. And I didn't want the video to be like 6 hours long. I guess I should talk about why I'm ending the channel. Or the channel doesn't really end. It's just that I've had a lot of health issues and I just came back from another trip to rehab because I got sick, it got worse and worse. And after like a week, I was in a really bad spot and I ended up having to get admitted to physical care again. And there has been two times I have been admitted in the last 3 weeks. So, yeah, that sort of puts things into perspective and you stop caring so much. And although fragrances are still a huge part of my life, in May last year, I got a message that I knew was going to change my fragrance future, so to speak. And that was that the Fragrance Apprentice was ending his channel on September 5th, 2026. And he was literally the only reason that I kept in any sort of like fragrance related contacts. I would probably have just ended my fragrance journey like 2-3 years ago. It wasn't for him because I don't like the way the fragrance world is changing. Or has changed. It's not changing anymore. It's just stuck in the same top 10 bullshit, lady killing, panty dropping bullshit, compliment bullshit. It's just not, there are so few channels left that actually talk about fragrances. You know who you are. I follow all the channels that I like feel are in that good part channel I still follow, and Seldom May Often, Sense for Thoughts, we have Rich Mitch, yeah, there are a handful more, but even the ones that I used to follow, they just slowly slide into the traps. Start pulling out top 10 lists and compliment getters, and all of a sudden every time they're talking about a fragrance, it's like, yeah, this got compliments and a lot of people likes it, and that's not what, if your point is to get compliments, then go get the fragrances that the designers that are designed to do that. Don't, if compliments is that important, then you're not a collector, you're a compliment getter. If you have a little notebook where you mark every time you get a compliment and you keep tabs of which fragrances get the most compliments, what the fuck are you doing? That has nothing to do with fragrances. That's just, if you spray whatever, like let's say Burlington 1819, generally this is a compliment getter, I guess. Spray this on a bum and see how many compliments he gets. You'll get none. Because it's not the fragrances that gets compliments, it's the person. if you dress nicely, if you act nicely, if you're friendly to people, if you look inviting, people will compliment you. Have a nice watch, have a nice necklace, wear nice clothes, whatever. Compliments does not come from fragrances, they come from people wanting to interact with you. They want to interact with you because you look like someone they want to interact with. I live in a country where people try to avoid each other. If you're on a bus and there is one person sitting on that bus, you will go to the opposite side of the bus. Why? Because, I don't know. We don't like people, I guess. It's just the way it is here. Do I get compliments? Yeah, I do. I never mention them because I think it's fucking silly. There is no worse thing in my book than the compliment bros with their notebooks and remarking how many compliments they get and which fragrance gets them the most compliments. It's bullshit. It has nothing to do with the fragrance. All fragrances are made to smell good or to smell interesting. They don't... correction. Some fragrances are made to smell terrible. I think that burnt hair thing was a good example of that. I digress. The main reason is I don't like how fragrance community has changed and how everything is going that way. And YouTube is keep just blocking the good stuff and pushing forward the top 10 bullshit. Even the people doing a good job making actual good content, they're not getting the views that they should because they're not making top 10 TikTok videos. Yeah, it's just not fun anymore. So, yeah, that was one thing. And the second thing is I already have like 100 niche fragrances. How many fragrances do I fucking need? Something new comes out. Either I just add it to my collection and now I have another fragrance I can barely use, or I switch something and I lose money switching, and that's all I'm doing is trading one from the other. It's like changing shirts. If you go to the store and you find a shirt that's exactly like the one you have, but it's slightly different color, you don't throw away the old shirt just to buy the new shirt. But you can't have like 5,000 shirts. What do you do? I mean, it's the same thing with fragrances. All we're doing is spending a shit ton of money on fragrances that doesn't really change a whole lot about ourselves. And it just came to the point where I thought, you know what, I have enough for the rest of my life. Some of these fragrances like Seraphim Blue, like Berlin 1919, I will buy them every time they're empty. I will keep buying them. It's not like I'm going to stop wearing fragrances. I'm just not interested anymore. I've lost all passion. I watch content, I like some of the content, but I'm dying a slow death every time I'm watching one of those videos where all of a sudden compliments start becoming a thing and they start talking about top 10 lists and what do I do if something burns? These are the one I'll keep. And I don't know, are we just watching this shit for entertainment? Are we watching this for just to learn about fragrances? I watch YouTube channels because I like learning about fragrances, and these are all fragrances that I truly, truly love. There's not a single one on this table that I don't love and cherish. I would buy every one again and again, including more of the fragrances that I have in my closet, my cabinet. But in the end, I have enough. And only when you know that enough is enough, you will actually have enough. And I calculated that my collection is worth getting dangerously close to 200, that would be $20,000. That's a shit ton of money. That's like, for a lot of people, that's a year's income. And that's just for smelling good. That's not counting anything else that I own. I have $20,000 in fragrances, and even if I wore all of it at once, it wouldn't actually make me that much happier. And then, of course, it's my failing health, which, due to the long COVID thing, maybe I'll do unboxings, maybe I'll do some videos here and there, but in general, this is pretty much the last video that I have planned. Also worth noting that my actual fragrance, or my actual YouTube channel, which is not a fragrance channel whatsoever and has nothing to do with this channel, will also stop following all the videos and fragrance related forums and groups, and in general I'll just leave the community entirely because I don't want to be part of it anymore. Just a bunch of hype and bullshit, and a handful of good people doing good stuff, trying to be honest and genuine. But what I keep seeing is the people doing that ending up becoming exactly the thing that I don't like. And I've seen so many channels. I followed, I won't name any names, but I have followed so many channels that started out just like that. Just about the fragrance, just about like being true to the art and to the hobby of collecting, and just slowly morphing into the compliment stuff or the top 10 stuff. And yeah, I keep seeing it happen because that's what YouTube wants you to do. And so many people have a goal of becoming rich from YouTube. If I got 1 billion followers tomorrow, I wouldn't monetize my channel. I have no interest in earning money from this. I don't want that part. I see what it does to people and I don't want it. I'd rather be poor and have a hobby I like than to taint my hobby with that. I really don't like it. And it has ruined this community. It has ruined this hobby. And it's the reason that I'm just quitting. I'm just not interested anymore. I've lost all passion for it. And when my health went to shit, I tried making those weekly rotation videos because that would give me a reason to go into the fragrances, and I love doing it. I really recommend people do that. Even if you just do it for yourself, you don't even have to post it. Just write down, take a video, take a voice note, and just listen to yourself a little bit later. I keep watching my old videos, and you get sort of an impression of what those fragrances do for you, which is real nice. But yeah, I have other channels doing better, and I have a motorcycle channel with like, I don't know, 300,000 views or something. And even that I haven't done a whole lot with lately. Obviously, because I'm not able to ride for a little while. But yeah, I'm gonna end here before this turns into me just saying the same thing over and over again. But yeah, I should have worn my fragrance shirt. I tried to wear my fragrance ministry t-shirt, but the most I could, but I just forgot. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. If you watched this entire video, then really thank you. That's dedication to a rambling person. I hope you all have a better experience with the fragrance community than I have. I hope everyone, absolutely everyone, enjoys fragrances for what they are and what they should be. And yeah, goodbye.